Sometimes I catch myself wanting to do nothing. Not because I'm lazy, not because I'm lost, or not because I'm becoming unmotivated. No, not because of that either. But because part of me is tired of defining everything. We spend so much of our lives trying to plan the next step, explaining who we are, describing where we are going, justifying what we are doing, and labeling our emotions, structuring our days, and controlling the future, that we forget what it feels like to simply exist. I wrote something in my notebook a few months ago where I said this that for a while now I've been wanting to do nothing and at the same time overthinking everything. And that feeling is so human. It's the point where your mind is overloaded and your soul is overstretched. It's the moment where life becomes a checklist, and you start losing parts of yourself that once felt free and alive. For me, it happened after 3 years of studying abroad, being in a system, fulfilling responsibilities, carrying deadlines, and being efficient. It's normal. And I love that as well to some extent. And I'm surviving. Not just surviving, I'm also living my life to the fullest. But I'm just talking about the different part of our lives which we forget most of the time. And that part is when you're just slowly drifting away from the version of yourself, that version that felt calm, soft, and peaceful because we are humans and we do need peace as well. And I really think that I I have lost that version of myself completely. I don't think that. I think still inside me. But sometimes it feels like she's behind a door that I'm too tired to open. And I realized something very important, that this culture makes us believe that every part of our lives needs a definition, a plan, a purpose, a direction, a label. But some feelings don't want definitions. Some days don't want meaning. Some days exist simply to breathe. And I think the desire to do nothing is not actually doing nothing. It's the desire to feel free. It's the desire to feel free from the pressure or feel free from the expectations, free from being on all the time, free from constantly becoming something. Sometimes doing nothing is your soul asking for silence. It's like sleeping is not escape. It's the only place you feel peace. At least for me. I love sleeping. Sleeping is the only act of peace I can do to myself that I really do enjoy it so much. The only place where there are no labels, where there are no personas or no rules or no responsibilities, just you simply breathing with dreams. And that peaceful version of you, the one who isn't carrying the world, maybe that's the person you miss, simply. You don't need permission to rest. See, seriously, you don't need permission to breathe. You don't need permission to slow down. You don't need permission, that's it, to define everything all the time. You are human. Just remember this. You are allowed to be just you. If you're exhausted and if you feel like you're losing yourself, if you feel like you have been performing life instead of living it, I want you to ask yourself this simple question very gently and softly. Like, just ask yourself, what part of me have I been ignoring because life has been so loud? Simple. And then instead of trying to fix yourself, trying to find what exactly am I missing, trying to force yourself to get the answer, maybe just let that part of you breathe. Maybe just let yourself stay with the question. Let it exist, let it rest, and let it return slowly to you. There is nothing wrong with needing silence. There is nothing wrong with needing softness, literally. There is nothing wrong with not having a definition today. And you don't have to decide who you are every single moment. Sometimes living simply means being alive in the smallest ways, like sitting, breathing, feeling, existing. That's it. So simple, and that is enough. Thank you.